We all doing? So it's Thomas and Train and Friends Day. So I grabbed these three today. I went into Goodwill. They had quite a bit more all in the package, and it kind of weirded me out because I thought it was going to be some kind of like retail arbitrage thing going on, which I'm not into. Um, I left some of it because it was damaged, but this is what I ended up grabbing. $5 each on these. Then I had these before. This James is from the Let's Fix James video I did early on, showing how to fix corrosion in a battery operated toy. So let's start with the little figures and move on to the big package ones. As you can see, $18 spend all told. So let's see what we can get back out of this. All right, so first up we have a 2002 Edward diecast magnetic car. So talk before about something's battery operated. The thing you want to check in the store is the bottom, and you can see that, like at least up here, you can see it pretty well. The axles will be corroded if something's been in water, and if it's battery operated, it's going to be no good at that point. This is not battery operated, so it doesn't much matter, but I figured I'd point that out. You can see the wheels are discolored. They should just be blue like the rest of it, and they are not. I suspect this was probably in standing water at a point. It is older. Check out the price point on this. All right, so we got 28 for sale. Looking like our bottom end is about $9. So mine's not in the best shape. Fortunately, I could possibly get maybe 11 for it, I'm thinking, but no tender. This one's a nicer shape. You know, the wheels obviously being a factor here as well. It's not going to display well, so that was $12.50. I'm not going to get that. So I think I'm just going to bite the bullet on it, and I'll do $8. And I do that a lot, where I just go to the lowest price that I'm willing to sell things for, which is typically $8. But I move them very quickly. Video I did yesterday with the Sonic the Hedgehog Dark KO. I put him at $8. The next one down was $11, and I sold him within 12 hours. So I can have it laying around, or I can sell it immediately, and you get $3 out of it. All right, so this one, same year, 2002. This is Percy, the number 6 engine, and it's in better shape than the other one, except look at his face. Very, very discolored. So the wheels are right. There's a little corrosion on it, so probably was an outside toy. Overall, a better conditioned train. So see if that makes a difference in the price. So we got 111 results. Cheapest one right here is $8. Got some for 10 to 16, 9, 9, 9. So they may not be as desirable. So what you find with Thomas the Train is certain characters they make a lot of, and then other ones they kind of off and on will produce. So those tend to be the ones that gain a little more value, obviously. A smaller supply. So these are motorized. This one has a theme. Sometimes they have different paint jobs. Not seeing my exact one. Oh, here we go. So it's looking like it's going to be 8. Yeah. Do another 8. It's too bad. Thought it'd be a 9 at any rate. But with the face, I can't really argue for much more money. And there's quite a few of them going. One was 118 and 11 sold. That's not a stupendous buy rate on this particular one. All right, so this one's a different one, and I've never run into this guy. His name is Peter Sam, and he's a very short, square engine. He looks like he's supposed to be a child, like his face is childlike. It's another die-cast magnetic one. I'm suspecting this is going to be worth a little more because it's probably fairly rare as far as Thomas goes. Sure enough, this is actually going for quite a bit. We haven't gotten it sold, mind you, but as far as asking prices go, $20. We have to scroll down here because people don't always agree on how to spell diecast. If there's a space, and that messes with the search engine. So we got 11, we got 18, we got 20, got 15, another 20. So it'll be interesting to see what these actually go for, or if there's a huge disparity between what people are willing to pay and what people are asking. So this has some kind of special collector card. That's why that's so much more. 13. 13, that's the same guy. That's kind of weird. Same picture, same everything. 11. Sub 13. 9 or 10. Yeah, I think 10 will work for me. It's fairly rare. I don't know if it's sought after, but if you're filling out your collection, wouldn't be a bad one to pick up. And there's only this tiny bit of damage, which I put in the listing, but that's not going to really throw anybody off. Well, it's not a bad little train. So now we get one I've never seen before as well. Fergus. And this is interesting because it has a gear that actually turns the wheels. And it also turns this little wheel on the top. I don't know if you're supposed to plug something into that. It's really difficult to move with just the, your fingertips. But yeah, if you were to twist that enough, you get it to propel on its own in a sense. Doesn't really get any purchase on my desk. Oh, kind of. But that's very unique. I've never seen that feature on any Thomas, and I've never heard of this guy. So I'll see if the rarity makes a difference in the value. Well, there's actually quite a few of these floating around. 126. That's odd. I've not run into one of these guys before, but I have multiples of almost every other train. So we got 16, 12, 10, 10, 9, 13, 10, 11. These all seem to be in same condition, so let's see if they move. $46, but this is mixing in results. So this is one with a specific tender. There's one as is. 13, an 8, a 9. Huh. I thought this would go for quite a bit more. Yeah. I guess we're doing 8 on this one. That's too bad. Creeping up on breaking even at any rate, and haven't even gotten to the box stuff. All right. Last one from the other video. So from my Let's Fix James video, it's the repaired James. I don't know if the mic will pick this up, but it makes a train noise as it moves, and it lights up in the front there. And then if you press the top, it talks. That's mostly just steam noises, but he says stuff occasionally. So, in fact, it's die-cast and it talks. Should get premium. So let's look at that. We got 9 Talking James. Which, that really can't be right. There's going to be... It might be that diecast thing again. Oh, we got, what, 6... No, 13, 15... 15, these have tenders, though. Different year. So I got a 2008. There's typically not a huge variance between them, but even still, 16. And it just continues on. This is the correct one to me. And that's untested 13. Untested 10. It's all that these are untested. I get, well, it does take a funny battery, but you just end up buying batteries and testing stuff out with them. It's well worth it when you can actually say this 100% works. 11. Yeah, so we should be around 11 or 12, I'm guessing. So that's with tender. That's not good. These are all with tender that are sold. Oh, okay, here we go. That's Rosie. That's not the right train. I was excited. I saw 20 bucks. That's a 13 for 12. Huh. Not working with tender for 15. That's not even the same train, though. These get oddly specific, especially with the popular ones. So obviously, you end up knock like $5 off if you don't have the tender. That's a 13. I think I'm just going to do 10. It's kind of all over the place. I can always circle back and change it. And hey, we made $1 so far. We haven't hit the big stuff yet. So, and I gotta remember to take the batteries out of this guy because I don't want to drive the mail carrier crazy having this thing chugga-chugging along the back of the vehicle. So we got Thomas and Friends Adventures. So this isn't Trackmaster. I think it may be a different track setup. Although I'm not entirely sure. They do switch it up occasionally. I don't know why, but... So I got this. It's still in the box. The bubble, or the blister pack is cracked on this one, I believe. Or is it the other one? Oh, it's the other one that's cracked. Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. And it has batteries in it. It still works. So he's got a fossil head. It talks. Fairly old. I think it said it was 2013. So the fact that batteries still work is pretty phenomenal. I'm not sure if these are going to carry the same value as the standard Thomas stuff. I don't know if Adventures versus Trackmaster is going to make a difference. All right. 59 Dino Discovery James is out there. Mine is still in the package, obviously, so it's going to get top dollar. So we got 17... These kind of don't matter. They're all going to be roughly the same, I'm guessing. 14. 14's the lowest end. 1. So we'll scope out sales on these. So 59 for sale. 3 sold. 1 overseas. 113. So I'll do $13. I bought it for $5. A little under 5, actually. 5 shipping. So that's not spectacular, is it? Huh. Could I get more? And the thing, you know, so I've talked about this before. It's in the package. It's not, there's nothing going to be released that's better condition than this. It's working in the package. Do I want to sit on it and have it hit 15, 16 bucks? And some stuff I'll do that. We got people asking 17, 17, 17, 15, 24. Because eventually the cheaper ones are going to run out. Yeah, so we'll do 14. I think that's fairly reasonable. So not as much as I like to get out of that. So let's check out the other one. We got Salty the Train, Shark Escape. So he's got a little shark in a tank that he's bringing around. This one also works. So this one has the crack in the front here, which I don't think is a huge deal. I'm hoping the fact that it's maybe a little more rare than a James, which there's a lot of James out there, Salty. I don't think it's represented often. It's expecting it's from an odd episode. But let's check that out. So only 15 for sale. This could be good or bad. So we got 15. That's a 2-pack. That doesn't really count for much. Out of box, 15. So that's kind of... I mean, mine has to be worth more than that. 16, 16. This guy's asking $45 for out of box. Yeah, prices are all over the place on this, so I'm looking at 15 right now, which I'd be more than happy to sell at. The only one sold went for 16, so yeah, 15 it is. That works. That's not terrible. One sold out of the amount listed there. This guy might not be super desirable. I'm not sure if this is if this is based on another show. It has YouTube on the boxes. I don't know if they did some kind of YouTube exclusive episodes, and that might be a toy tie-in to that. But yeah, we'll do 15 bucks. Oops. I lost my text thing. There we go. Oh, it hasn't been up. I moved it to get out of the way, so. All right, and final piece. So this should be a slam dunk, I'm hoping. This is a big box of track. Head for comparison. Track always sells. I always move track quickly because no matter who your favorite is, you want them to ride around on track. And it's something easy to get kids that you know are into trains and have a Thomas set, but you don't know which ones they have. You could just grab them track and they're going to be thrilled. So big box of this. Got 16 curves, 3 of these Ys, 3 of the other Ys, 2 signs, short straights, long straights. So you get a pretty significant amount of track. boxes sealed. They had 2 boxes at the store, but one of them had an ominous 16 pieces post-it note stuck to it. And I was not sure if that meant they took everything out but the 16 curved pieces. And I didn't want to find out. And especially if you sell somebody something that's new in box and it's not actually what it's supposed to be, that's a problem. I want that kind of feedback on my account. Alright, so let's check into pricing. Well, this is a bit concerning. I can't even find it. I found track packs of other sets. So we got Bridges and Bends, we have Shark Escape, we have Space Mission. A few of those. But we don't have Curves and Straights, which is what I have. And I'm not finding a combination to put in that actually makes it come up. Because the set being called Curves and Straights just brings up track pieces, typically. That's how you describe them if you're trying to sell them. So we're back to Bridges and Bends. Now, the prices people are asking for these are pretty great. So I paid $5 for this. $35 with free shipping would be pretty nice. It's another $35. But if nobody's looking for this set, we're going to have a problem. Because when you think about it from a train perspective, all the other sets are kind of just more interesting. This is just standard flat track. The other ones have bridges and dips, cool stuff like that. Okay, we have a different Curves. Is that the same one? Oh, okay. So, is this international only? This is really weird. Odd. Okay, well, let's just go to sold listings and see if we can pinpoint a price. Okay, Curves and Straights, $35. And then 21. I suspect C description generally means something bad happened. And that's why it's discounted. So I don't think 35 is happening. So I'm going to back out and get rid of Curves and Straights. Change it back to track pack. And see what all of them go for as a general rule. And I will assume minus the least desirable one because it does the least. So we're looking at like 22. That's an 18. It's a 20. None for sale. I mean, that's the ultra weird thing. Just the 2 sold. And only international sellers, which makes me think if I listed it for a good price, somebody might be looking for this. So I don't typically do this, but I'm going to have an offer setting on mine. We're going to do 25, and I'm going to take offers down to 20. So let's see, at shipping, 13. So it's not going to do us a ton. So we're looking at about that. Not a great pickup, actually. I'm glad I didn't go all out and buy all of them because some of them didn't look as nice. When I run into stuff like this, I get weirded out by retail arbitrage, which is not my thing because the law of supply and demand states that if somebody purchased too much of something and had to lower their price to interact with a less than expected demand, you buying it and then attempting to sell it for more money, and everyone is doing the same thing, is going to end in disaster. So this wasn't the arbitrage thing, because I looked in the dates. These are older. These are 2016 toys. These would not be sitting on a shelf somewhere. More than likely, I'm guessing what happened is some 15-year-old kid who doesn't see his grandma much and remembered back when he was 8, he liked trains, went and bought him all this stuff, and he put it somewhere and then just dumped it off. And that's why all the sealed stuff was dropped off at the same time. So I didn't hit my 3 times profit that I was looking for, which I typically go for. But I got stuff that's going to move pretty well. I think these sealed ones will go. I priced them right. And track always goes. So I'm not too concerned with that. Alright, so thank you all for watching. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow unless I can get some more stuff. I'm going to be in a different part of the state working tomorrow, so I'm hoping to drop it at a few places I've never been. Maybe find some treasures. Or we'll do some backlog. We'll figure it out. But thank you for watching. See you next time.